Hey, what's going on, family? I super hope you guys are enjoying this information. But let's just say you want more one-on-one coaching, just like what you're receiving now. You're actually looking for our ILF Mastery Blueprint. So that's our hand-holding one-on-one coaching, where that's what most of the people that come to us, that's what they want. They don't want to just watch me on YouTube all the time, right? They want me in their back pocket for one-on-one coaching. And what's super powerful about it right now, that there's a scholarship that's actually available that brings that down to only $7,500, a long ways from the normal price of the 15 grand. So even doing this live right now, if you guys text IMB below, my team can send you over some information. But nevertheless, definitely go over and see forsterconsultants.com and check us out there as well. Let's get back to the show. Good evening, and welcome to the live broadcast. Don't wait to be great. I am your host, Mr. Derek Forston, better known as Mr. ILF. And again, before I get started, because last time I came on, I was speaking for 7 minutes straight and nobody could hear me. So if you guys can hear me loud and clear, please let me know. If not, we'll check our settings. But nevertheless, today is a great day to be alive. We're super excited. This is the week that we've been talking about for over 3 months now. The Pillars of Prosperity Conference, guys, is Friday. This Friday, January 31st. We are literally less than 4 days away. We're excited about that and hope you are too. We hope you guys got your ticket. They actually ended up extending the time to purchase tickets. Friday was supposed to be the last day, but Shay pulled some strings with the catering folks and we were able to extend that just a little bit. So if you haven't purchased your ticket yet for the Pillars of Prosperity Conference, Shay, do we still have that available? That's over now.
They can purchase tickets, but no meal.
Okay, because I saw you waving me off, so I wanted to make sure I wasn't giving the wrong information. Yeah. So for the first time ever, because usually when we do these events, when we turn the catering off, that's it. But this year with Don's event, we're actually allowing you guys to continue to book. So, but it does not include the food. So Friday was the last day. So at lunchtime, if you guys purchase a ticket now, you guys are more than welcome to eat inside, which out front there in the lobby, they got all kind of stores and restaurants and places to grab stuff. Or you're in Orlando, right? You're going to be around a lot of different restaurants. You guys can go and grab lunch and come back. I'll admit, we're not used to that, and that's a little different for us. We usually like to feed everybody in the building, but for the first time ever, we're extending those opportunities to get tickets, but does not include lunch. So again, if you book by Friday that just passed, you're good to go. But everybody else, those tickets are now only, I do believe, $150.
Yes.
So you guys can go to the website. I think they've already fixed all of that stuff. You guys can visit popclive.com, and that's where you guys can get your tickets at. Miss Shay, welcome to Talk to the People.
Hello, everybody. Welcome, and happy Monday. Always a great opportunity to be before you all, to share who I am, what I do, and to give glory and honor to God for giving us the opportunity to speak to you all on what we do, which is the shared housing ILF independent living facility model. I'm Shanye Shea Forston, the president and founder of the Angela Denise Foundation, where we house women that have been through difficult situations, right? Life situations, that have found themselves homeless. And that is what I do. We do this through a nonprofit organization, which makes the ILF one of the parts of my programs. And I'm just excited to be able to share this information with you all. So welcome. If you're like me, grab your cup of tea and let's have a conversation about the independent living facility lifestyle and how we do what we do, Derek.
Absolutely. So it's pretty interesting that the title that was chosen for tonight, I actually allow my team to choose those titles. And they're very similar to what I'm going to be speaking on Friday at the Pillars of Prosperity Conference. So I'm going to kind of scale that back a little bit and got a treat for you guys tonight, because Don is actually going to be joining us tonight. So if you guys have questions or concerns about this event and kind of what's going to be happening, who's going to be speaking, we want to talk about that tonight. That's kind of what we'll cater this whole conversation around. In fact, if you're new to us and you have no clue who we are, of course, we'll give a brief overview. We'll answer some questions, but I'm going to save pretty much all my energy and the meat of the information for this Friday that's coming. But if you guys know anything about us, right, I have over 675 videos on this topic. There is nobody that teaches shared housing and real estate the way that we do when it comes to shared housing, co-living, communal living, right, shared living. That's what we specialize in. So at Forston Consultants, we want you guys to follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Again, that's at Forston Consultants. But even more importantly, the Pillars of Prosperity Conference, guys, is January 31st. So we want to make sure that we answer your questions. because again, at that conference, Don is going to be talking about how to crush and eliminate debt, how to become financially free. And then me and my family are going to teach you guys how to get involved in real estate through shared housing. So again, if you've ever wanted to help people be involved in real estate, but also be debt free, right? Or financially free. Sometimes it's not even always about being debt free, right? Because if you're an investor and you live the kind of life that a lot of people live, you're kind of always going to be in debt as long as it's good debt. But there is a such thing of being financially free. You can be financially free, guys, and still have debt. You just got to know how to manage it. And that's what we're going to be talking about this Friday in Orlando, Florida. So for the family that asks, where is it located? It's in Orlando.
Sure
So
is.
we're telling people to make it a vacation. And lucky for you all, this entire week, including Friday, is going to be an absolute beautiful day in Orlando. If you're somewhere where it's cold right now and you want to escape from that, guys, we're going to be in like the 70s and the 80s this week. So I'm excited about that myself, because over the last 2 weeks, we've been in the 40s and the 50s. So again, I'm excited that this week that we're in, guys, we're going to be in the 70s, mid 70s. And then one day this week, we hit 81 degrees. So again, if you want to escape all of that cold and that snow and that ice and those flurries, come to Orlando, Florida. Come and learn something that can change your life, right? But also come and learn something that can put some money in your pocket and also be the beacon of light in your community and in the city that you live in. Again, January 31st, we're putting the information on the screen. And Shay, if you want to hop in and just kind of talk about what's going to be talked about, the speakers, what they can look forward to. In fact, when we went on the radio on Friday, we drilled Don with a lot of questions that people text in. And Shay, I'm almost sure most of those were not finished. So if you want to re-bring those questions back up for when Don comes in, we can also do that. Shay, on you.
Absolutely. So this event is going to be like phenomenal. One of a kind event with like the founder of the Pill Method International, giving you the rundown, re-educating us all on what it looks like to live a life fully aware of interest cost and interest rates, right? Being able to identify the two and make sound financial decisions on how we should leverage credit, leverage other people's money. Whether you're an entrepreneur, whether you're the working individual, it does not matter. This is information that is good for everyone. So like I said, I'm just really excited about the event in its totality. Had some conversations with the event staff, the location today, and we're doing some things to, make sure everybody has a great time as they join us at the Pillars of Prosperity Conference. So, Derek, I mean, the biggest, not biggest concern, Lord have mercy, the biggest concern that the average individual has is their money, right? How can they make the best out of their buck, right? How can they stretch their dollar the furthest? And I think this conference is going to help them to really understand how that is possible and how they can make that happen. So again, guys, you've got an opportunity to still join the Pillars of Prosperity Conference. Again, this will be just an event ticket, not an opportunity to sit and, break bread with the founder of the Pill Method. This would just be for the information only. As Derek said already, the Hotel Landy does have some amazing restaurant, as well as like a little cafe where you can grab like a sandwich, a hot bites. So we're making sure that you don't have to leave the property. They also have the food truck on the pool deck. Remember that, Derek?
Oh, yeah. And so also, if you just joined us and you're a little lost right now, everybody that's come to this conference is being fed. Right. Last Friday was actually the last day to book a ticket to actually get the food with it. So we're just talking about now that if you did not get a chance to book before last Friday, you can still book to come. The food is just now not involved in it. So we're releasing you at lunch to go and eat and then come back. And I do believe lunch is about an hour, Shay. Is that right?
Correct.
So it gives you guys plenty of enough time. So don't think that we're throwing an event and then sending you away to go eat. No. Right. Normally, everybody eats with us. But again, Friday was the last day to purchase a conference ticket that did involve the food. So if you do purchase a conference ticket now, lucky for you, they've cut the price. So it's only $150, which a lot of people should like that. And now you leave and go and eat lunch. So essentially, it's like we still gave you $50 to go and eat, right? Because the ticket was $200. So because you didn't book by Friday, and we've been advertising this for over 4 months now, you can actually still come to the event. So I just wanted to make sure that I put that out in case somebody just joined us or will hear this on a replay. The tickets now are only $150, where they was $200. So literally, we're giving you $50 back to go and have lunch and then come back to us within 55 minutes. So Shay, back on you.
No, I mean, that's great information. Don is going to try to join us tonight. I know he said he had a 6 o'clock meeting. And once that's done, he will jump in if he can.
Okay.
But I definitely want to talk about, Derek, the topic of tonight, right? Because I think the pillars of prosperity definitely coincide with tonight's topic: create an impact and profit through independent living facilities. And I think people often think of independent living facilities, or those that are homeless that don't have an income or don't have the means to find suitable housing. Let's talk about that for a little bit, Derek. How does that work? What does that look like from an independent living facility owner and operator? How, what does that profitable impact look like for you?
Well, Shay, you must have missed what I said like 10 minutes ago.
Just give it a little bit more.
Because I said that I was going to try to hold a lot of that until the event.
The whistle
but I can absolutely do that, because this isn't rocket science. In fact, we talk about this every Monday, right? But if I can just word it in a different way, create an impact and profit through independent living facilities. Simply, it's kind of, I hate to say it, but it's self-explanatory. Yeah. I'm creating impact in my community through affordable housing, right? I always say this: no matter where you live at, guys, it's expensive. Right? So most people that we serve, they can't afford to go out and buy a house or an apartment, right? They can't pass a background check all the time. They don't have 3 times the monthly income to rent that place. So we create an impact in our community through independent living facilities. So hopefully that makes sense, everybody. So impact and income is also a lot of what we talk about. It's okay to make an impact and an income at the same time. In fact, I think that's genius. If you can do the will of God, make an impact and an income at the same time, you just found yourself a business in my book. Because anything that we start as a family, as a business, the first check mark for me: does it please God? Check. Does it help people? Check. Does it help the community, and will the community respect me for doing it? Check. And can I make enough money to feed my family?
Right.
Check.
Yeah.
So when Shay talk about impact and profit through independent, in fact, one of my slides is literally named that. So I'm not sure if Alex, my team, saw that slide and literally made up the topic from that. But literally a lot of what I'm talking about is your purpose that God put in you. We all got purpose. And please don't make me give my whole spiel tonight, but we all got purpose inside of us. Purpose also follows usually what you're really good at. Steve Harvey says it like this, and it's really funny when he says it. But if you fry the best chicken, and I often use that example, you probably should be frying chicken.
Yeah.
If you fry better than chicken than Popeyes and KFC and your local chicken shack in your city, why don't you have a chicken stand? That's probably your gift. Now, to some of y'all, that may just sound funny because I always give the example of frying chicken. But if frying chicken is truly your gift and not being funny, like you can fry chicken better than anybody, that every time somebody bites your chicken, they lose their mind. You probably found your gift and you don't even know it. Yep. So can 2 people put in the chat there? That makes sense. Your purpose and your gift is the thing you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. Ooh. Does that make sense, everybody?
I love that.
And again, that's not me. I just listen to a lot of stuff and a lot of training, and that stuff gets ingrained in me. So when I start talking, it comes out. No different than if you read the Bible a lot, that stuff gets stuck in your spirit, and when you need it, it comes out. Now, that saying I just said sounded really cute, didn't it? But that's not mine. I think that was Steve Harvey's quote.
I think so.
Your purpose, your gift, is the thing that you do the absolute best with the least amount of effort. Now watch this. Guys, it don't take a lot of effort for me to come on here and teach people what this ILF life is. That's my gift. I'm good at it.
Yeah.
I got the patience. I can explain it. I have the patience, and I don't mind talking. Now, if y'all didn't know me before meeting me on YouTube, most people know me as a quiet dude. I stay to myself. But unless it's about business, real estate, or helping people, co-living, shared living, ILFs,
whole different ballgame.
Guys, I can run my mouth like a blender. But my wife would tell you, when we go into a social setting, if it's not one of those settings where people are talking about business and, hey, what do you do? Guys, I'm sitting back and I'm chilling.
Yeah.
I'm observing, I'm learning. But let them ask me a question. Well, Derek, what do you do? How do you make an impact in your city?
They in trouble now.
Now they can't almost shut me up.
Yep.
But again, when you find your purpose in life, that's what it's like. It's hard to stop. One more thing, and I'm getting into some of the stuff I'm going to talk about because I knew that was going to happen. When you in purpose, it allows you not to be distracted by other ideas and what I like to call, what people will, there's a shiny, what is it called? Shiny object syndrome. Mm-hmm. I'll admit, I got a little bit of that. When I see a new idea, again, if it can please God, help people, and I can make some money, I want to try it.
Yeah.
But I'm so thankful that God has ingrained this thing in me that is my core, that is my real purpose, which is real estate, housing the homeless, the displaced, and the needy. Mm-hmm. Guys, that's what I do. I'm going to do that for the rest of my life. The other 7 businesses that Shay and I have that God blessed us with, guys, they all stem from this. Without second chance housing, none of my other businesses even exist. When God said, wow, Derek, you built a business that's bigger than you. Derek, you built something that will outlast you. Derek, you built something that will care for other people. Derek, you built something that's not all about you. God was like, Derek, I'm going to bless this thing. And he blew on it. So now everything that we start and put our hands on, God blesses it. And I truly believe because it's this beginning business, the housing program. Because in the Bible, it said that when you do unto the least of thee, God said it's like you're doing it unto us. Unto him, excuse me. So it's like you're doing God a favor. So again, back to the topic, creating impact and profit. Because some of y'all scared to mix those two together. I'm not afraid to say that my whole life is surrounded by pleasing God, helping people, being respected by the community, but also making enough money to feed my family. Guys, I got a family to feed. I got a wife that like to eat. I like to eat, right? So if a man don't work, he don't what? Eat.
He don't eat. Yeah.
So again, we're just showing you guys in a big part of what I'm going to be doing Friday of this week is showing you guys how to make an impact and an income, which is the profit, through independent living facilities. And I'll land my plane there. So, Shay, if that's what you was looking for, there you go. If you wasn't, I'll start all over and you can ask another question.
No, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So, Derek, let's talk about this. As an entrepreneur, right? What are some, you mentioned shiny object syndrome, right? I think a lot of entrepreneurs need to hear that. Like, talk to me a little bit about, your experience with shiny object syndrome and how you were able to hone in on that one key thing first and build out. So talk a little bit about that.
Shiny object syndrome, guys, is when you hear a brand new idea and you want to jump on it and you never finish the last thing that you said you was going to finish and jump on. Prime example. And I told you guys, because I'm real honest and transparent, guys, I have that thing. But what I want to teach y'all is kind of what I've done. So I'm going to give you a page out of my book. Even though I have shiny object syndrome, meaning that when I see something new, a new idea, a new business, if it pleases God and helps people and I can make some money, guys, I usually want to try it. I want to get into it. That's why Shay and I own 8 businesses right now. Not because we're so great. It's because that God is behind everything that we do, and every business that we have is in it to help people. That's the other cheat code to life and business. If you get a business that only benefits you, that business probably won't do that well.
Right.
But if you build a business that pleases God, but also serves people, guys, that's usually a pretty good business to have. Why do you think Walmart does so well? Why do you think Amazon does so well? It's not for them. It's for other people. Right. It's for the convenience. So again, Shay, your question was, how do I not get the shiny object syndrome and it just overwhelmed me to where I never do nothing?
Correct.
So one thing that I talked about and I'm so grateful for, this housing program for me and me teaching it, that's my core. I'll always do that. So I'm going to tell you this, if you finalize something or you got this thing that you call core in your life as a core business, you're kind of allowed to have shiny object syndrome. But if you somebody that every time you see a new idea, you want to start it and you never finish the last thing, that could be a detriment to you.
Yeah.
And it's okay to keep trying things until you nail it down to something that you're good at or that you like. But guys, what if you've been doing this for the last 6 years, 5 years, 6 months? Let's nail down on something and let's get that up and running, and then let's jump to something else.
Yeah.
Because I'll admit, that's the only reason we have 8 businesses right now. Because when I see a new idea, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that.
I'll stop you there because I don't think your shiny object syndrome is as vast as you make it sound. Your what I noticed with our businesses, they all kind of intermingle with each other. Like real estate intermingles with the housing. We can't house if we don't have real estate, right? Creative methods in which we obtain real estate is a necessity to be able to obtain the asset that we need to provide the housing for a lower cost. We need that, right? And then when it comes to consulting, right, you're teaching people what you love, and because we know that we can't do it ourselves. So this is why I wanted you to hone into on this, because people hear you say all the time, we've got 8 businesses and blah, 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 blah. But I want people to see how one business
almost had 12. We scaled it down to 8.
But I also want them
again, because I kept seeing things that we liked.
Right.
But like Shay told you, all of our businesses also go together.
Right.
It's kind of in a funnel. They all serve each other. Mm-hmm. And because what we do and offer to other people, you guys benefit from it. Yeah. Prime example. Yeah. Obviously, I coach how to house the homeless and the displaced. But how genius is it that I also have a virtual assistant staffing agency, which y'all need, a digital marketing company that builds y'all websites, which y'all need. And again, the coaching, the documents, the curriculum, and the ebooks, again, which y'all need. So see how all of that goes together? Yeah. So I'm not somebody that has a mechanic shop, a doctor's office, a chocolate chip cookie stand, and I rent scooters on the beach over here in Daytona, Florida. None of those go together. And that's hard to do, especially if you're trying to jump around. So that's why I tell people, even though I do admit to the shiny object syndrome thing, I'm so grateful that I do have a core that no matter what I jump to next, the coaching and actually housing people is always my core and what will always exist. Where most of y'all not y'all, it's other people, not y'all, but where other people mess up at, they get this shiny object syndrome and they never finish the last thing, and they jump and they jump and they jump and they jump and they never finish anything. And then they meet me and want to run an ILF, get into it for 2 weeks and realize, well, this does take a little time. I can't get into this like in 30 days. I'm done. Yeah. And now you jump again. So my advice for the shiny object syndrome person, and don't put it in the chat. I don't want you to raise your hand. This is all private tonight. Don't raise your hand. I don't want to know. Just be honest with yourself and promise yourself that instead of January, the day is the 27th. Can we imagine February 1st is actually the first of the year? I'm giving all y'all a cheat code tonight. Guess what, y'all? Congratulations. February 1st is the beginning of the year for everybody. January 1st through the 31st was just the trial period. That was free. Congratulations, everybody. January 1st through 31st was a trial period.
31-day free trial. You got
it doesn't count. February 1st for all of us now, Mary, is a brand new beginning. Somebody type in the chat, amen, Derek. I'm with that. So that's pretty cool. So again, my advice to the shiny syndrome person, just nail down on something and trust me. If you want a core, why not let it be this? Because I truly believe that when we started this, God was like, Derek, man, if you get this right, bro, whatever you do, I'm going to blow on it and bless it. Yeah. So try to follow kind of what we did. God really honored that we started this thing, this business that helps his people. So he went on everything else that we do now. Makes sense, and I'll land my plane there.
The reason why I asked that question, and I want to just bring context to the reason why I wanted you to go down that lane, is because a lot of people, admire the entrepreneur with multiple streams of income or multiple businesses that equals those different streams of income. But what I want people to also pay attention to when they see that is, how do those businesses interact? How do they connect, right? And you'll be able to start seeing a pattern. Most of your entrepreneurs that have multiple businesses, you'll see that there's some overlap in the industry, in the entities that they operate. You'll see, like for us, it's the housing, then it's the consulting. Underneath the consulting, you have the virtual assistants and the CRM system, the software and CRM system. You see the real estate. The real estate goes back in towards the housing again. So you'll see certain things. And I just want you to pay attention to the overlap, because as you get into that thing that Derek calls your tree trunk, which for us is Second Chance Housing, the Angela Denise Foundation, it's housing. When you get into that tree trunk, you'll start seeing that your tree is going to start growing branches. So those branches in itself is those additional businesses that you can now leverage, because the base or the foundation,
Yep, I used to always explain it that way.
has grown into something else. So that's how you want to look at this from a perspective of a tree. And the fact of the matter that your base, which is your trunk, the trunk of your business, whether it be housing, whether it be a donut shop, whether it whatever it is that you choose to do, make sure that it's as it bears fruit, it'll continue to it may not bear true fruit, but as we're talking about this tree, it's going to start making more branches. So the branches are going to expand, and then you're going to start seeing fruit. So just be mindful of that the foundational aspect will always bring more off. It would bring a different offspring, right? Or a different shoot for you to be able to start something else that correlates or coincides with what you already do. So Derek, back to you.
Good stuff. Good stuff. So I want to answer a question that came in from the Taylor family, and I got a slide for it. So as you guys know, pretty much anything you guys ask, I have something in terms of an answer, and usually a slide that's already created for it. You guys were asking why start an ILF instead of a traditional group home. Yeah. Very simply, without going through a whole hour answer, is that one requires a license and the other one does not. Very simple. So the traditional group home requires a license and oversight from your state, from your city, from your government. Whereas an ILF, guys, we're serving people that are completely independent. So there is no oversight. There is no staff per se. The only people that hire staff when we're doing these ILF models is those people that get really busy and you have multiple homes, right? And you just want a little bit of oversight because you're so busy out trying to save the world, or you started another business like Shay and I, and you do something else. Yeah. So this does not require staff at all. So I would just want to make sure that the Taylor family heard me say that. So again, guys, as I said, when we first came in here, we're just super excited about the January 31st event. We've been talking about this for over 4 months now, and we're here. Just about sold out, actually. So I'd be shocked if there's probably 6 or 7 tickets left. So don't forget, guys, if you haven't purchased your tickets yet for the Pillars of Prosperity Conference, it's in Orlando, Florida, this Friday, the 31st. And we starting at 10 o'clock sharp. And we got a 9 o'clock registration where we're giving coffee and donuts and tea and all that talking and networking and meeting people, so that when we take a break, everybody's not some stranger. So we're going to network, and at 10 o'clock sharp, man, Don's going to kick us off on how to financially free yourselves. Okay. So again, if you haven't done that, make sure you visit popclive.com. I'm scrolling that right now on the bottom of the screen. And again, we won't be here for super long tonight. I got a lot going on in my life, y'all. So do y'all, I'm sure. We got this speaking engagement Friday, and we got a lot of things that are leading up until that. So yeah. I won't be before you guys long tonight, but as y'all know, man, I'm going to honor any question that comes in. So if you guys got any questions or concerns about what is an ILF, how in the world can you run these facilities with no license, no oversight, and no staff? And back on you, Taylor family, when you guys asked what kind of house can you do it in? Well, lucky for you, I got a couple of them. So here's a 2-bed, 1-bath home. There's probably a 7-bed, 5-bath home. There's that usual 3-bed, 2-bath home. And there's probably one of my favorite, that whole 4-bed, 2-bath model. And what we've been talking about a lot lately now is doing it within the mobile home parks. So again, I'm going to be dipping and touching on that January 31st at that event as well. Got some things up my sleeve that I'm going to bless some people with. But essentially, guys, these are the kind of houses or buildings per se, as you guys called it, in terms of what we're doing it out of. And just to answer your other question, very simple. We just build relationships with social workers and case managers as what we would call our funnel system. And I'm excited because just like you guys hear me talk about this all the time, just about everybody that signed up for this event, besides a few of y'all that come here on YouTube, are all new people to us. So even though you guys are spoiled by always hearing me talk about this, probably 80 to 85% of the people that signed up, they have no clue who I am and what this is. They just brushed across us. They found Don. A lot of people that Don's following bought tickets and they want to come see what we're doing. So I'm just super excited that, because I tell you guys this every Monday, Tuesday, and Saturday, but this event, probably 85% of you all have never heard the gist of what we talk about and how this works. So I'm excited. I love it when we get a new audience. That's kind of what makes me go on and on and on. So again, if you guys got questions for us while we're here, put them in the chat. If not, this is probably going to be a really short room. But if you guys got questions, let us know. We're going to take a commercial break and come right back and answer any questions that you guys may have. If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. So I'm going to check the chat to see if I have any questions there, and I don't think I do.
Tonight. A lot of family.
So just a lot of our regular family here, and that's cool because, again, a lot of you guys are going to come, and most of you guys are coming for the camaraderie and just to be around us and to hang out, and we appreciate that, right? And also a lot of you guys want to learn that whole thing that Don talks about. So even though some of y'all have heard it, Don just gets to go deeper on it. So I love it. Make no mistake about it. This is Don Daniels' event, right, guys? It's called the Pillars of Prosperity Conference, hosted by my beautiful wife, who's running this whole thing, right? So the beautifulness of what y'all are going to see and the aesthetics, Shay's in charge of all of that stuff. So Shay's job is to make sure that you guys have a comfortable environment. No different from us as ILF operators. We want to provide a comfortable, clean living environment. Shay's job for this event is to provide a comfortable learning environment, and we call it more so an experience. So if you've never been to a Forston Consultants event, guys, you might be doing yourself a disservice if you don't come, because I promise you've probably never seen an event that's to this level when it comes to what the place looks like, what the food is like, the ambiance, the staff. Guys, our staff is going to wait on you guys, right? So again, there's no box lunches. This is a plated glass lunch. So everything that you're going to eat out of goes ding, 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 ding. None of that plastic stuff. So all glassware, fine silverware and china. Remember when you guys had company over way back in the day, especially if your family was one of those families that fed preachers and church members, and how your mama brought out all the good stuff? This is what this event is like, guys. So we're excited. And I don't see any questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give a last call for anybody that may be new to us. I always do this regardless of how many people show up or where we are. Is it anybody that's on this channel right now that's completely new to us and you're not super familiar with what we do when it comes to independent living facilities? And I'm going to put up just a few things right here. But as I wait on that, I just want to make sure, again, that there's nobody new, because I don't want to go over anybody's head. And a lot of you guys watch the recording, so I'll also be doing y'all a disservice if I didn't at least give an intro. So independent living facilities, guys, is just an environment, a house, where adults, not kids, not families, not women and children, not the girlfriend and the boyfriend and the boo thing together. This is for single individual males and single individual females. ILF stands for Independent Living Facility, an environment where adults can live and thrive without the need for staff and or medical oversight. And as you see, my family trademarked it. But as I always tell you all, I don't care what you guys call it, right? Now, if you want to fall under the ILF model, then that's another conversation. But essentially, just remember, you are providing a shared living environment for adults that can't afford their own apartment, their own house, and sometimes not even their own private room.
Right. Yeah.
right? So that's just a picture of me many years ago as a social worker that was shown conditions like this. This is not how we do it, y'all. This is an embarrassment to what this looks like. Housing people with beds on the floor, burnt up kitchens, beds that are sitting on cinder blocks. That's not how we do this, right? So if you new to us, you may have no clue that I used to be a social worker, and God showed me my dream through a lady making 41 grand a month doing this. She did it in rats and roaches in a lot of the nasty pictures that I just showed you. Today, this is how we do it in a house that looks just like this, and the inside now looks like this. So really, again, I won't go crazy deep on that. Only, again, as somebody that's new to us. If you're here and you don't know what this is, most of you guys are family to us, or what we would call family. But if there's anybody new to us and you don't know how this works, you don't know how to get started, I would advise you to come see us Friday in Orlando. But if not, I have no problem breaking down right here, because again, I have over 675 videos on this topic. So there's nothing that you can ask me that's probably not already in a video form or something that we haven't already answered. So again, just to give you an idea, Taylor family, of what it looks like, this is what it looks like. And the biggest cheat code to this whole model, no license required. You don't have to own the property.
Yeah.
And there's no state oversight, which is the exact opposite from a group home or an ALF. So again, if I don't see any questions in the next 3 minutes, I'm gonna assume that you guys are all new to us and we're just doing a check-in tonight. Because as you guys know that we love to be consistent, right? Even though we're close and we got an event in less than 4 days, we still come on here live to answer all your questions and all your concerns. Because if you can't make it, I promised God over 7 years ago, God, if you let me get into this, and if it changed my life, I'll go all over the world teaching it, and I'll never take any credit. And a part of that is me coming right here to YouTube. So even if you don't come see me Friday, which I would be sad about that, guys, I give the game away right here. So again, Shay, unless you have something else, this is probably my salutation. I just want to check in with people, be really quick and brief, just remind folks about the event on Friday. And if anybody had questions about how to do this, how can you change your life this year? Most of you thought January 1st, this is the year I'm going to change my life and I'm going to get into real estate.
Yeah.
Guys, to me, this is one of the best ways to do it, because you don't have to buy the property. You can do what we call rental arbitrage. You can rent the place and re-rent it, essentially, because that's what we do. Some people call it subletting. Some people call it re-renting. You can put whatever fancy name you want on it. Some people call it master lease. Again, whatever you call it, we don't care. Get a dadgone place, build relationships with social workers and case managers as your funnel system, and fill those houses with great deserving people. And now, just like the title says, you create an impact and profit through an independent living facility, all through what God told you to do.
That part.
Because in the Bible, it says, not Derek, that the poor and needy will always be among us, Shay. And God said that if we take care of the poor, the needy, and the widow, and to the least of thee, God said it's like you doing him a favor. So again, man, if I want to be in the books of anybody, it is God Almighty himself. So ladies and gentlemen, my name is Derek Forsett. I approve this entire message. I'm going to give it over to Shay. She may want to stay an extra 30 minutes or sing for y'all, or rap. Y'all know Shay used to rap.
Stop.
Shay may want to rap for y'all. I don't know. So I'm going to just tell that little story, right? Since we off the day, right? In terms of getting ready to leave. Y'all, Shay used to be a rapper.
Why do you give me the
and not the womp. She was actually pretty good at it, y'all. So one day, what I may do, if 5 of y'all say that you want to hear it, I may actually bring some of that vulgar, bad, naughty mouth rapping that Shay used to do. Mary, she's the top worship leader in Orlando, Florida, ladies and gentlemen. Songwriter, distributor of music, composer, singer, writer.
And rolled over me 5 times, okay?
Hey, Mary.
You literally.
Mary, you never heard it, so Mary, I'm gonna have to let you check it out, and maybe one day when I'm on here without Shay, I may have to come over here and just play it and let y'all hear it, and we have a listening party from all little Shays, because that was her name, y'all. Lil Shay. And it was Lil Katara, not little. It was Lil Katara. Shay, not Shay. It was Shae. or EA or something like that. But yeah, y'all, Shay used to rap, y'all.
I'm so mad.
Y'all right here talking about the Migos and Yo Gotti and
Oh my God.
who the famous rapper today? I don't even know these guys now because I ain't into that. But man, there was Lil Shay at one point, Katara. Huh?
I'm about to end
y'all
this
think
room.
Shay only sing? Guys, it came from rapping. And then she sings too.
No, opposite. So I'll tell on myself being that somebody wants to tell my whole
and guys,
story loud, strong,
this
and
was
wrong.
well before I even met Shay. This was before my time. So for anybody that don't know, me and Shay got married in 2012. Now we just having fun, right? We got married in 2012. Shay had a whole singing and rapping career before I ever came about, ladies and gentlemen. Go ahead, Shay.
So just so y'all know, for context purposes, because somebody just spilling the juice.
We never talked about that live, huh?
No. So okay. So
I've showed our studio pictures of us in the studio.
Yes. So rapping was my rebellion. It was my it was like I was rebelling against singing.
Katara right now trying to figure out, dang, Shay rapping? Let me get that around my mind. Shay rap. Yes, Katara. Like rap.
Yeah.
Katara can't see that right now. Mary, you ain't even got to say it, Mary, but I know you can't see it on Shay, but Shay was a bona fide rapper, y'all.
I'm so mad at you.
Lil Kim ain't ready for Lil Shay. Before there was a Lil Kim, there was Lil Shay.
Stop.
That's exactly what I'm saying, Katara.
I ain't that old.
Hey, Katara, but God. Yeah. God had a different way for Shay, and it was not the rap game, ladies and gentlemen.
But no, seriously. So rapping became a rebellious thing.
Mary said, hey. See, Shay, you got the right ones for this kind of foolishness.
They always Mary.
I can see Mary talking about, hey. Hey, Mary, don't make me walk out to Shay rapping January 31st now.
Don't do that.
Y'all know I walk out to music every time I come out. Don't make me walk out to that little Shay.
Mary, my pastor's gonna be in the building. We ain't doing that. We are not doing that. Our pastor gonna be right there sitting in the building.
We gonna get y'all out of here, man. We just want to come in and say hi to you guys. Yes. Shay, bless him real quick. Finish that story.
So anyways, rapping was rebellious. It was me being rebellious. Because I always sang from a little girl. Like I was little and my dad used to I used to sing everywhere, right? Family wise. And then it just became just bad situation with family, and it just became something that I didn't love anymore. And it every time I associated singing, it would give me this it was this turmoil that came from
so singing. She was like, drop the beat, let's go.
So instead of singing, I transformed it to rapping. Like I literally went and started rapping. I've been able to bless the stage with Joel Santana. Guys, don't judge me. I'm so serious. But so it just made a big transition. But I will always throw singing in my rap style. So ultimately it came back. But now if you ask me to rap.
So that whole style of that Drake came out with years ago by singing and rapping, y'all, Lil Shay was doing that way back in the day before Drake ever came out. So don't get it twisted, y'all. Mary, what they gonna make me do, Mary, is go dig up all them tapes. Because they on tapes and CDs. They that old, y'all. Yeah, we gotta remaster that stuff and play it and bring it out to date, Mary. Hey.
It's gonna be a lot.
And Shay probably go viral, y'all.
It'll be
but if I ask Shay to rap right now, but back in the day, you know what I mean? But anyway, guys, we have fun with that. That's why we love y'all. We're able to share these kind of moments. Anyway, we out of here. I love y'all like a fat kid love cake. What's going on, Miss Pierre?
I'm just glad.
We're just in here having fun. We're about to leave. Y'all didn't miss nothing. We just came to make sure that we was consistent. We came to do a check-in. And also, ultimately, we still gave advice today on how to run and open and operate an independent living facility. So anybody that's new to us, if you just text the phrase more info, that'll be the last thing that I put on the screen. So right now, scrolling below, I just put text more info to 407-326-0086. That's to learn how to do what we do, not to be a rapper and not to download Shay CD. We ain't got there yet. But if you want to learn how to house the homeless and the displaced and get into real estate so you don't have to be a rapper, text the phrase more info to 407-326-0086. Because right now there is no more money in rapping the way it used to be. Unless you're doing shows every night for 10 grand a show. Right.
Let me tell people the joke. So like I have, I've got that. I have my singles on Apple Music and all of the streaming platforms. And it's cute how I get my royalty checks. And I'm like, y'all need to just stop playing. Just stop.
It's about as big as my Facebook checks.
Those royalties. So whenever y'all post something, just type in Shanya Shay and use a little bit of scent from heaven. Just go ahead for it. Bless your sister with a couple of pennies, if that. But yeah, so yeah, Derek, I'm so mad at you.
Yeah, I don't even know how I even thought of that. I just can't, because we've never said that live. So again, one of those things that, man, I never knew that. Yeah, so if you never knew, and if you're new to us, y'all, Shay used to be a rapper. Now, most of y'all know she sings. Yeah. She's a songbird. She's always done that. But if you didn't know what was to find out tonight for the first time, that Shay used to be Lil Shay, and she used to rap. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we love y'all like a fat kid loves cake. There's a great chance we will not be live tomorrow. Right. We got a lot going on this week, so I'd imagine we won't be.
I do have something.
If I do, it may be for 3 minutes. But again, we're probably not going to be live tomorrow. If we do, it'll be leading you to meeting us Friday, January 31st, 9 a.m. at the Hotel Landy, which is going to start the networking and coffee drinking. 10 o'clock sharp, Dunn is going to hit the stage and bless y'all life. And then right after lunch is when I'm going to tackle you guys and give you guys the game of what we come to speak about. Correct. Shay is going to be running around all day like a chicken with her head cut off. She may also speak. She'll have on a headset, so Shay will be in and out. But Shay, remember, guys, is in charge of this whole event. So she'll be a little bit of everywhere. So please don't try to grab Shay and talk to her for 25 minutes in some dark corner, because she got a lot of work to do that day. You can probably kind of do me like that, but again, try not to corner Shay and be talking to her for too long, because she's got a lot to do that day. Okay? So other than that, Shay, bless the people real quick, and we're going to get them out of here.
For all of our attendees, so for all of our attendees, pay attention to your cell phones. We are going to be transitioning from email to text messaging tomorrow. So you're going to start getting those text messages about the event, when to arrive, for those that are flying in, all of that good stuff like you always see in the regular Forston Consultants fashion. You will be seeing all of that stuff started happening tomorrow. So again, I'm just excited about the Friday's event. I look forward to seeing everybody there. For those of you that will be joining us, we are going to want you to give a review post-event video testimonial. So don't just run out and leave. Once we're done, we like to hang around. The Hotel Landy has a lot of things that you can do on site. We can go grab something to eat. The whole thing is family, right? Yeah. So for those of you, I know Tiffany Walker's coming in town. I know Mary's going to be there. Tia's going to be there. There's so many other people that's going to be there. We would love to, like I said, hang out the day. I'm going to make sure that I do not overexert myself, because I do want to spend time with you all post event. And just talk, see where you all are at. What are you doing? And let's reason.
And also, just in case if nobody knew, he says this all the time, but I want to just make a special announcement. Dunn is 7-day Adventist. And if I'm saying that wrong, somebody's going to correct me. But Dunn doesn't do anything on, correct me, Shay, is it Saturdays or sundown?
Sundown on Friday. Wait. Don't make me lie.
And the reason why I'm saying this is that this event is going to end sometime between 4 and 5 p.m.
Correct.
So make sure that if you're trying to mingle with Dawn afterwards, that you're quick on it, because Dawn will not stay and do anything that's considered as work after hours, whereas us, that don't bother us.
Right.
But let me give you some advice. If you want to talk to me and Don after the show, you probably should go see Don first, because at some point he's going to split out of there, because his religion says that when the sun goes down, they shut down. All respect goes to God at that point. No more working. And we respect that. So that's why we're going to be real tight on the time towards the end. And that's why usually every conference we have right towards the end, we'll leave 30 to 45 minutes just to mingle. And that's just on the regular. But keeping in mind that Don is not doing anything after that sun goes down. So if you hadn't talked to Don probably by 5 o'clock, you're probably going to miss it. So make sure you do that.
Correct.
Okay, Shay?
Yeah, and Don, we're trying to work on something else because he will be in town until Sunday. So we're looking at some things, and he will have that information to announce at the event if we get that all pulled together. So again, just keep your ears and eyes open to your cell phones. You will receive a lot of text messages from us and the Pillars of Prosperity Conference. I look forward to seeing you all on Friday in the flesh.
That's it. We'll see you guys Friday, January 31st, which is this week in Orlando, Florida. Yes. So again, guys, thank you to everybody that purchased the ticket. I'm sure we've said that, but I always like to do that because when you guys spend your hard-earned money, and for the people that are actually traveling outside of an hour, most of y'all, some of y'all are local, but again, we really want to just say thank you to everybody that purchased the ticket that's going to be traveling. We pray traveling mercies to and from the event. That's going to start now in terms of prayer. So in the name of Jesus, you will arrive safe and you'll return home safe, just like you left it. No break-ins, no thievery, no robbery, and no vandalism. In Jesus' name. So you will have a great time, a great event. You're going to enjoy the food, the people, the camaraderie, and most importantly, the information that'll change your life. So with that being said, now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all we can ever ask or think, according to God's power that worketh in us. You guys be great. Don't wait to be great. And we'll see you in Orlando, Florida in less than 4 days at the Hotel Landy. And if you haven't purchased your ticket, visit popclive.com. That is PopClive, stands for Pillars of Prosperity Conference Live.com. Y'all have a great day, and we'll see you guys
Good night,
next
everybody.
time. Let's take a FaceTime from Don Daniel right now.
Hey, Don, I have so many questions, but I'm going to start with this one. I've seen all of your content on social media, and I see that you have an event coming up in January, on January 31st in Orlando, Florida. And I wanted to know from you, how can I, as a nonprofit founder and president, benefit from the pill method? I know there are so many other nonprofits that would like to ask the same question, so I'm going to be the advocate. How can this event benefit me?
Hi, Shay. Thank you for your question. How can nonprofits benefit from the pill method? Listen, because of our technology, our opportunity cost calculator, our AI-driven system, we'll be able to calculate for you how to pay off your loans in record time by cutting your interest cost, not your interest rate, but your interest cost by 75%, paying off your loans in 1/3 the time. So if you have a 20-year loan, how about paying that loan off in 5 to 7 years without disrupting your budget? Your board will absolutely go wild over this kind of information. So I'm looking forward to seeing you in Orlando, January 31st. Okay? So I hope that answers your question. I'm looking forward to helping you save money and pay those loans off cheaper and faster.
If you've ever imagined of starting your own housing program, there is no reason that after we're done here tonight that you shouldn't go to forstonconsultants.com/webinars and watch the webinar, guys, because a lot of you have wanted to start a group home or traditional assisted living facility, but that stuff takes license. It takes a lot of time to open. There's a lot of red tape to jump through. You have to ask for permission. We teach you guys how to open an ILF, an independent living facility, where you can house the homeless, displaced adults, or anybody that has a guaranteed income, and it doesn't require a license, and you don't have to own the property. Make sure you watch that free webinar at forstonconsultants.com/webinars, and then set up a free strategy call so that me and my team can get you started. Let's get back to the show.